Pakistan's systematic failures and reliance on extremist ideologies are now manifesting dangerously in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The region, already plagued by years of neglect and unrest, is witnessing a disturbing escalation as its leadership openly endorses radicalization. On January 5th, POJK Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwarul Haq called for the revival of jihadi culture, sparking outrage and fears of escalating violence. Critics see this as a desperate move to deflect from governance failures, raising serious concerns for regional and global stability. The growing radicalization in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir has reached alarming levels, with its Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwarul Haq openly advocating for the promotion of jihadi culture. The controversial statement came during POJK's so-called Right to Self-Determination Day on January 5th. Chaudhry Anwarul Haq declared his government's intent to facilitate and revive a jihadi culture in the region. This was followed by a provocative speech by Ghazi Shehzad, a pro-independence militant from POJK, who called on the people to arm themselves and take to the streets in the name of jihad.
कि अगर वज़ीर-ए-आज़म साहब ने ये बात की है, चौधरी अनवर हक साहब ने, कि अब हम आज़ाद कश्मीर के अंदर जिहाद है और जिहादी कल्चर को आम करेंगे और जिहाद करवाएंगे.
Since the Prime Minister of Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir, Chaudhry Anwarul Haq has made a public speech in which he has said that his government will facilitate jihadi culture in POK, and he has raised slogans Al-Jihad, Al-Jihad. All the terrorist organizations which claim to be Islamic, followers of Islam and jihad and all that, they have come out of their hideouts and they are now roaming the streets of Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir. They are recruiting, they are raising funds, they have got weapons, and they have got even rocket launchers, and they have got mortars. Where did they get this from? Obviously, this has been supplied to them through the front organizations of Pakistan Army.
This rhetoric has sparked widespread outrage among human rights activists and progressive voices who view it as a calculated move to divert attention from the POJK government's failures. Critics argue that this call for violence is not only reckless but also a desperate attempt to regain political relevance amidst growing public dissent.
The offer made by the Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwarul Haq to jihadi organizations that the government of POJK will facilitate and revive the jihadi culture in POJK is testimony to the worst kind of political opportunism on his part. He has completely lost his popularity after the civil disobedience movement that was launched by the Joint Awami Action Committee. He was forced and pushed to the wall to release political prisoners in Pakistani-occupied Jammu Kashmir. And 5 to 6 general strikes over a period of 2 years he had to face, which has decreased not only his own popularity and the popularity of his government, but also the popularity of the slogan Kashmir Banega Pakistan. And Pakistan is hated in POJK today so much that you cannot raise Pakistani flag voluntarily in any part of POJK.
The promotion of jihad by POJK's leadership is seen as a dangerous shift in strategy. By stoking jihadi rhetoric, the POJK government risks targeting progressives, liberals, and secular nationalist elements in the region. Human rights activist Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza highlights that jihadi groups have already infiltrated multiple online platforms, including WhatsApp groups within the Kashmiri diaspora, where they are actively monitoring and threatening those who hold pro-Indian or secular views.
the jihadi element has already infiltrated into various WhatsApp groups, the Kashmiri diaspora WhatsApp groups, and they monitor them. And then they threaten secular-minded nationalists or pro-Indian stance, those who take pro-Indian stance. They threaten them, they demean them. They are being empowered by this POJK Prime Minister. This is the first time in the history of POJK when a sitting Prime Minister has said that the government will facilitate jihadi culture. The government will facilitate jihad in POJK. And the result was that the same evening, jihadi groups, Jihad Council and other Lashkar and all those Mujahid, they all were on the streets of Muzaffarabad and they were celebrating with automatic weapons.
The extremist rhetoric has also drawn sharp criticism from international voices. Sajid Hussain, leader of the UK-based United Kashmir People's National Party, condemned the call for jihad as a troubling endorsement of terrorism under the guise of addressing the Kashmir issue.
This rhetoric, steeped in extremism, is a direct incitement to violence, posing a significant threat to regional and global peace. Such declarations, made under the guise of advancing the Kashmir issue, represent a dangerous departure from diplomatic norms and a blatant endorsement of terrorism in the name of Islam.
Pakistan's long-standing policy of using extremist groups as proxies has now backfired, with its own leaders openly promoting radicalization. This alarming trend in POJK not only threatens regional stability but also exposes Pakistan's duplicity on global platforms. The world must take note of the growing radicalization in Pakistan and its occupied territories. The international community must hold Islamabad accountable for using extremist rhetoric and terrorism as tools for political gain, which not only destabilizes South Asia but also poses a threat to global peace.